Do you guys want to create an eye-catching Fortnite Twitter header? Well, if you follow this tutorial, you'll be able to make an insane Twitter header, and it's going to be super easy as well. Now, everything that I've used is going to be in a mega file. You can download it. It's going to be in the description. Well, let's just head in with the tutorial. Now, the first thing you want to do is click on New. Now, change the name to whatever you want. So, I'm going to change it to tutorial for YT. Width will be 3000. Height will be 1000. Resolution 72 in pixel/inch. We're going to change that to background color. We're going to change that to black. Okay. Now, you just don't need to mess with a lot of this. You just want to hit create. Now, as you can see, we have our background. If you press Control minus, it will zoom out. If you click Control plus, it will zoom in. Also, I'm going to be using rulers. So if you don't already have that, you just gotta go to View and then Rulers. So the first thing you want to do is place in your image. Now, because I already have my image, which is new tilted, you can really just use any background. You can search you can search Google for any background. Okay, so you just wanna place your background in. Now, what you wanna do is you wanna delete that background. And then you want to just make it a bit of flat and then create a layer. Under it, we're going to add a rectangle. So, now what we're going to do is we have to just mess around so it like kind of looks darker and it just looks better. When it looks better if it's dark. Now, once you're done with the background, you want to import your skin. Place in your skin. I'm going to be using this. Okay, so I'm gonna hit enter. We're just gonna what we're going to do is we're just going to merge the rectangle and the background together. So it's just one thing now. On the mogul master render, as you can see, I'm just gonna make the opacity a bit lower. Wait, no, I'm not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new layer. We're gonna create 2 layers. Now, this layer 1. Now we're gonna be adding some. Basically, we're going to be adding some lighting effects onto our skin. Now, I created a layer on top of the mogul master render, and I'm going to hit Alt on my keyboard, and then I'm going to create a clipping mask. So, like, hit Alt, and then in between the 2 layers, this thing should pop up, and then you just gotta left click. So now that it's a render like that, we're going to go to our paintbrush tool. We're going to make that really small. Something like that, and then the hardness to 100. Now what you want to do is that if I scribble, it'll only be inside of the mogul master render. Now I'm going to change the color to white. I'm just going to give it a bit of like highlights. Doesn't matter if you're doing it I'm gonna maybe give some highlights to that. So then you just want to change this to lighten, or let's see, yeah, we have to do it to soft light, so it looks basically it looks like way better. I'm gonna just give it highlights. I'm being a bit lazy right now, so that's why I put it on soft light, or you can keep it on lighten. But once you're messing around it, now what you want to do is you want to create it. You don't want to create a new layer. You just want to make this current brush bigger. Change the hardness to 0, and then change the color to black, because we're going to be giving it sort of like the a shadow. So I'm gonna click a little bit, brush it, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a type of light, like so. And now I'm pretty much done. Now the reason why I create 2 layers under it is because this first layer, I'm gonna make this like 907, because that's the one I used before. No, 907. Yeah, that's how big I made it before. You just want to keep it to color 1 and then dab twice or once. I'd say twice. Maybe put the opacity down a little bit. And now what you want to do is you want to go to the layer under that, crank this up to whatever you want, but it should be bigger than the white light. Now you want to choose the color, the main color of this like banner. So it should be like that. And I should just kind of light up. Probably just make that a bit smaller. Now, as you can see, it looks pretty clean. So we're gonna hold Control, select all of these together, and then hit Control E. And I'm just going to move that to the side a bit over there. Now we're chilling. Now that we're done with the skin, wait. Okay, now that we're done with the skin, we can just we can just casually move it wherever we want. I'll delete that for now. We're gonna do the paintbrush thingy again. So basically, we're gonna create a new layer, and we just wanna do that. Okay, perfect. So then we're just going to merge all of this together. So as you can see, that looks pretty decent. Okay, so I'm gonna just you can move the skin to wherever you want. You can resize it by hitting Control T on your keyboard, or you can just you just have to hit Control T on your keyboard. Now what you want to do is we want to add a lightning effect. So we're gonna go into the asset pack I was talking about in the starting of the video. We're gonna go to the pack, we're gonna go to lightning, and then we're gonna choose, I'll choose, yeah, this one looks pretty neat. So we just want to drag this in, and then you just want to hit Control T on your keyboard, and then it's gonna look pixely, but it's not really pixely. You just wanna drag that to wherever you want. I'd say like over here, like near the skin maybe. And basically you can hit Control U on your keyboard. Let's say your color theme is purple. Then you can just hit Control U on your keyboard and then change this the hue, so it's kind of like different colors. But we're gonna keep it on blue because that's the main theme of our Twitter header. Now what we want to do is we want to add a halftone. So we're gonna go to particles, and then we're just going to add this blue type, this really blue spark. I'm gonna hit Control U on our keyboard and then make that like a cyan type, maybe. Yeah. And we're just gonna crank the opacity low. And then hit Control T on my keyboard and then resize it to wherever I want. Now I want to add a half tone, so I think it's gonna be in shapes over here. Yeah, it's in shapes. This half tone makes it look like really good. Hit Control T on my keyboard. Make it bigger. Let me just zoom out a little bit. Okay. Okay, and then I just want to crank the opacity low. So that it should look like that. Now, so far it looks pretty good, aside from the fact that it just has no effect. And in here you can see kind of like this kind of bluish thing that's going around. So we're gonna actually add the group that I used into here. Now obviously you can just go and do it yourself by clicking over here and then just adding it yourself, but because I like this a lot, I'm just going to be using the one I used in the tutorial thingy. Now you can just, now as you could see, it just looks so much better. Just look at the before and after. It gives more, I don't know, kind of depth into your header. I don't know, it looks so much better when you kind of just add that small piece of detail. Even though it's not that small, you can basically see how big it is, but it like gives so much more detail into your header. Also, I just forgot, I was just adding some extra shapes. I'm adding this because it would look good behind, like, gonna look good behind the text. Onto the group, crank the opacity low. Okay, so now you can just resize it, put it wherever you want. I'm gonna add one more thing, and that is the particles. This really looks like these stars. I know they don't like look, you can't really notice them, but they do still look really good. I'm just gonna bring that down there. Like, you can barely see them because of the halftone. I think that's the halftone, right? I think that's the halftone, yeah. I'm gonna put the opacity of the halftone a little bit lower. It gives kind of that metallic touch, I guess. Yeah, I have to crank this thing's opacity way more lower. This thing's, yeah. So I gotta crank it lower. Even though you can barely see it, it does look like really cool. Now I think we're done basically. Oh yeah, one more thing we have to add, and that is the plexus thingy and the asset pack. So just go to plexus and then add whatever thing you like the most. In my opinion, this one looks pretty cool, so we're just gonna drag that over here. Drag that under the skin, hit Control T, make it a bit smaller, you know the drill. Then just crank the opacity low. I don't know, it kind of gives that type of more techie type of look. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, so basically we're ready for the text. Now the fonts I'm going to be using, they're linked in the description, so you don't really need to worry about that. We're just gonna delete that layer. Oh, okay, so we're gonna create a new text layer. We're gonna be using a gang of 3. We're gonna name it your name, and we're just gonna crank that way big and make that a bit bigger. And yeah, but it should look like that. Now we are going to be adding smoke, but we're gonna add that later, not right now. We have to make the color picker, make it white. Oh. Okay. We're gonna make it a little more bigger. We're gonna make that into the middle. Do we need rulers? I don't think so. We're gonna need rulers, but we're gonna keep it in the middle for now, so I know where the middle is. Now what to do? Yeah. Just want to Control T on your keyboard. Make that a bit bigger. Okay, not that big. Sheesh. I just want to drag that to the back of that. Make the opacity really low. Just gonna bring that under the group, under the skin. So it kind of just it gives like more of a cool touch to your text. Like the same text is in the back. Now what I want to do is I want to rasterize these both layers. Rasterize type. I just want to select your name, blending options, and I'm going to add a stroke. I'm just going to crank that up to 16. 13's enough. And I'm going to add a gradient overlay. You can keep it like that. You can choose any gradient you really want, but I think that black makes it look like this. The black and white gradient makes it look cool. You can mess around with the settings. I don't want to make the video too long. It's already 17 minutes, but it's probably edited down. Maybe it's gonna be edited down to a smaller thing. Now we just want to add the official Twitter of. We're gonna make that a bit smaller, and we're going to choose the text long shot. But let's just use American Captain. It's going to be in the description, by the way. It's going to be in the description. As you can see, just gonna add that there. Bring that a bit down. And well, what we're gonna do is that we're gonna add it and give it a stroke. And also that gradient overlay. But I'll have to bring that really good. Oh crap. Oh crap. Yeah. $60. Wait, no. How about this? Yeah. 60 maybe. And then no. Yeah, and then that would be, I think that's enough. Also, one more thing we're gonna add is we're gonna add some contour. Not on this. We're gonna be adding contour onto your name. Really just doesn't really make a difference. Wait, let me see the contour. But we can change it to. Yeah, I guess. Like, some people use Cinema 4D to make their text look 3D, but I think that if you just add contour and then change it to whatever you want, I think it'll already give that type of 3D look to your, to basically, it'll add a more 3D look. Now we're gonna add, some smoke. Wait. Smoke by visual. Here it is. It's black, but I'm gonna change that to a screen. Control J. Not Control J. Then I'll just move that a bit to the top, and we're done. Okay, so now what you want to do is you can mess around with the everything right now, but I'm gonna add one more thing, and that is going to be your social medias. Hey guys, so basically my OBS crashed, but basically what I did was that I inserted my YouTube, and then I also inserted a few pluses that you can get from anywhere, or you can just type it yourself, or you can also use I think this if you want. But yeah, then I just added the pluses, gave it a stroke, and I was basically done. Now I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that like button. Stay safe from COVID. Don't go into crowded places. Wear a mask. Use hand sanitizer. Don't sneeze without covering your face. And yeah, just basically stay safe, stay home, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.